Hi everybody. So we're coming back to you, MyFitspiration Live, and we're coming here to talk about something that happened a couple months ago to Olivia. Really kind of happened to all of us, really.
Yeah.
And it was a sad thing, and it kept us from doing some videos because we needed some time, but we wanted to share it because it is a part of our life and it's a huge part of your story.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you go ahead.
So,
By the way, you're very brave. I'm very proud of you for talking about this, and I know that you weren't sure if you wanted to, so I'm very proud of you for doing this, and it means a lot to me.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I've been debating about doing a video about this for a long time, but I get asked this question all the time, and it was such a huge part of my story. And so essentially, in a nutshell, towards the end of September, I got pregnant, and I was super excited because you guys know having a family is the most important thing for me, and Ben and I have been working on that, because, we want to be parents and we want to have children and all of that, and I was super excited. And I felt actually really good, like in the beginning of my pregnancy, and I was really, I was still able to exercise, and everything looked really good, and I, had, the okays from my doctor and everything. And at beginning of November, I just woke up and I just wasn't feeling quite right. Like I just woke up and I just kind of inherently was like, something's just not feeling right. Something's not, I don't know. Like I just knew that something wasn't right. So long story short, I went to my doctor, and we had an ultrasound, and not to go into great detail, but essentially somewhere in the last week or two, the baby had passed away. So I had a miscarriage, and it was extremely difficult, and I was so extremely sad. I'm still very sad, but I do still really believe that everything happens for a reason. And I went through lots of testing after it was done, because of course my first concern was it something that I did?
Sure.
Was it something is there genetically something wrong? Was it had to do with my PCOS? And the good news is I went through a bunch of testing, and most of the testing came back excellent. So many of my symptoms from PCOS have.
I think your doctor actually said, or your person that did your sonogram said, you had beautiful ovaries.
They did.
When she told me that, I was bawling. I was like, oh my God.
Which is crazy because,
for years.
15 years ago, my, this is a lot of information, but my ovaries were completely covered in cysts, completely covered. And
when she was heavy, right before the show, even.
Yeah, and those cysts are no longer there, which is just
so basically
incredible.
You healed yourself with exercise and food.
Absolutely, and they were saying that because PCOS is such a weight-driven syndrome, that so many of the symptoms, if you're just willing to really dig in and do the work, and I know it's so hard because it makes it so much harder for all of us, your body will repair itself in a lot of ways.
And I feel like a lot of that too is Olivia and I are big on our philosophy of not putting so many chemicals in our body, just eating clean and just really exercising and just living a healthy lifestyle. Nothing crazy, nothing quick fix. That makes a difference when it comes to things like getting pregnant and when it comes to big life decisions. Right.
So, and one of my biggest reasons for saying this is because I have a lot of people, I mean, you guys have seen it in comments. There are a lot of people that really have been really nasty to me about why don't you have kids yet, and why oh, you just wanted to be famous, you didn't really want children, and those kind of statements, they just bother me so much, because especially with fertility, and I just want to encourage everybody to just be sensitive with people, because you don't know the whole story.
You have no idea.
Mean, I want children more than anything, and have been working on that, but I can't make my body do something.
And by the way, when you have children, it is your business. It is
exactly.
People get really brave behind a computer screen, like what they can type.
And but I just don't want you guys think that, that is not in my plan, or that, I just haven't been very vocal about it, because it is so very personal.
Sure.
But I know a lot of people, and when I finally did get pregnant, I was so excited.
Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable.
The good news is, out of all of this, is that I will be able to get pregnant again. And that was the best news that I found, is that I am able to get pregnant. We had everything tested after the miscarriage, and there wasn't any kind of genetic abnormalities. It just, when it all came together, it just didn't stack up right. And that it was just a very run-of-the-mill miscarriage, which is a terrible thing to say, but I don't really know how to describe it.
A lot in first-time
a lot of people have miscarriages, and sometimes it just, and you guys know what I believe in, and I just really believe that in a lot of ways God just takes care of some things that maybe weren't meant to be or weren't as healthy. And you know, I so applaud families that have children with disabilities or illnesses or diseases, and I just think that that is so incredible. And you know, but sometimes, you know, babies aren't meant to be even before they make it through because they weren't strong enough or there was something wrong. And I think that, you know, the Lord just kind of takes care of those things in some circumstances, and that's how I choose to believe it. And like I said, that may not be a popular belief or whatever, but that is what has given me incredible comfort. And
also between, I can't remember if it was between me and Nora or Nora and Seth, our mom had a miscarriage.
Yeah.
And if she would not have had that, we wouldn't have had Nora or Seth. So whoever your first child may be would never be possible without this situation.
So we are trying again, and that, you know, I'm hope just, you know, if you think about, you know, Ben and I, keep us in your prayers, because you know, it's just, ugh.
It's okay. It's scary.
It's really scary. It's really hard. And I you know, I don't want to make this like some kind of weepy video, but
you're allowed. Are you kidding? You're
I know.
Come on.
But I'm just saying, like, just be sensitive to people. Like, I think that's my biggest thing, because, you know, this isn't like if I just run harder on a treadmill or if I eat better.
It's something you don't have control over, and that for you is really hard.
It's you guys know me. It's extremely hard for me to not have control over things. So
that's a lot of people. That's not just you. That's a lot of people.
So I just wanted to just kind of like share it with you guys and let you know kind of what happened this fall and why we just kind of fell off the map. And I just needed some time. You know, it's you know, you just need time to heal.
That's
and I just want to also take a quick second to thank all of my Soul Cycle riders, you know, all the people in my daily life who have been so incredibly supportive and have just like kind of helped me get through all this and move forward. And, you know, because, you know, you do ask those questions like, why did this happen to me? Like, why?
And it really puts you in a really vulnerable state, which for Olivia, she hasn't been in that kind of state in a very long time.
Exactly. So you know, I feel
you've done amazing.
I feel like, you know, out of everything, you know, I've learned so much this experience, and it's only.
And your husband has been amazing.
Of course. I mean, my husband is the most incredible human being on the planet. He makes me better every day.
That's right.
But I just feel like, you know, if anything, this has just made me, has encouraged me in a way that I haven't been encouraged in a long time, that I want to be a mother so bad, and I know that that is in my plan, whether I'm able to get pregnant or not. I mean, we're still going to keep trying, you know, but at the same time. I want
people to understand too, we get a lot of private messages from people that have miscarriages and that have been in this situation. Not one time did she say, well, I'm just not doing this again. Not one time did she say, well, I'm just throwing my hands up. And, you know, a lot of people, I think, do that. Like, you know, they think, now I'm not saying you should try and have however many miscarriages. I'm just saying that whether she has children naturally or, you know, in a different way, she'll never stop trying.
Right. And that's...
And the same goes for me.
And I think that's this, you know, obviously this is what happened to me, but we all have setbacks in our lives. And I don't want to call this a setback per se, but as far as where you really, you have these really hard things that happen to you, and
you don't understand, right?
You don't understand. And the thing is, there is no understanding. And, you know, I've always gone back to that scripture. And I think in this particular point in my life, I've really taken comfort in it, you know, talking about the peace that passes understanding. If you're not willing to lay your understanding down, you're never going to have the peace. And so for me, that has been, I've just finally had to just lay it down and be like, I may never understand why this happened. I may never understand, you know, exactly why I had to go through this. But the point is, it was a part of my plan, and it was a part of, it's now a part of who I am. And even if I don't, I just had this moment the other day where I was like, even if I don't ever have a biological child, or I'm not, if it's just not what God has for me, at least I had this experience that for 10.5 weeks I was pregnant, and I got to experience what that felt like, and to know that I, even for a short time, was a mother and Ben was a father, and that was so incredible, and I don't regret that at all. And so I just want to encourage, like, any of you out there that have gone through this or are going through fertility struggles, or, you know, any of that, like, my heart goes out to you. I understand. It is so tough, and
it's something that we could never really understand, you know.
It's, you know, it's just, you know, when you, and we all know how it is when you want something so deeply and so badly, and it's just out of your control to get it. It's very hard. And so I just want to tell you all, thank you so much for being so kind and being so patient and letting me have my time. And I'm super excited to get back to what we do.
That's right.
And I hope that maybe this year I'll be able to do another vlog letting you guys know that I'm pregnant again and that everything is healthy and good. And
that's right.
Or that I have a baby coming from somewhere else and it's in a womb somewhere else that's healthy and wonderful. And
the other thing is, I truly believe that, and I can already see this in my mind, that when you hold your baby for the first time, that this will be a time where you realize that I had to do this to get to this.
100%.
You know?
And you know, I just know in one way or another, you know, I am gonna be a mother.
That's right.
And I'm okay with that. But I just wanted to update you guys again, not to like be a Debbie Downer or anything like that, but
this is real life. You know, this is what really happens.
I want to be as transparent as I possibly can with you guys, and I want to share the ups and the downs because that's part of life. You know what I mean? Like
Olivia and I, and this has been something that we've also gotten comments about. You two are perfect and this and that. We struggle every day with just as much as everyone else does with our weight, with things like getting pregnant, relationships. We are just normal. You know, I mean, we're fab, but we're normal people, and we have struggles, and we cry, and we, you know.
Absolutely. So I just felt like I just kept debating about saying something because I'm really not saying this because I want any kind of like sympathy or any of that. I just want to be honest with you, and I want to share with you guys so you kind of know what was going on and where I've been and what we've been doing.
And also, there's a lot of ladies out there and men too, if you've had a miscarriage in your family, and there was something that helped you, a book or a saying, or maybe something that your spouse said to you, let us know in the comments. We would love to hear some of the things that helped you really, not just get over, because it's something you really never get over, but just something that comforted you. Because let's face it, you know, when we go through hard times, comfort, you know, not in a food sense, is a real way to really help. And also, normally when we go through something like this, we turn to food. And that was something that I think you were so resilient in. Not that we haven't had struggles since the show ended, but this is something that would really put us in a downward spiral as far as in the eating category goes. And you didn't do that. So I'm really proud of you.
I just tried to, you know, you just try to press on and you try to stick to what you know. And
it's okay to be sad.
You know, 100%. It's okay. Yes, we just want to be, we want to share the good and the bad with you guys because we feel like it's important and we feel like, you know, you guys understand. So many of you have been through this, and my biggest thing, and the reason that really just kind of turned the corner on why I wanted to share this with you guys is because I want you guys to be with us in every aspect, in the good times, the bad times, the stuff that's hard, the stuff that's easy and fun. And I know so many of you struggle with this too. And I just didn't want you to think that I'd left the show and this was not important to me anymore. I wasn't trying to have children or whatever. It just...
Because people have said that.
Let's
just put on this. People have said things like, you just said you wanted to have a baby because you wanted to be saved by Moses, which was the most hurtful, ridiculous, and sent me into a anger spiral that I've ever heard. That is the most ridiculous thing. So if you're watching and that was the comment you made, well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's hurtful. I mean, you know, we're, like Hannah said, it's easy to be brave behind a screen, and especially when you don't know the whole story. And that's the thing with fertility, especially, like, you know, you never really know the whole story, and it's such a sensitive thing. But anyways, I wanted you guys to know and to know that, you know, I'm moving onward, and, you know, and when you do go through things in your lives, give yourself time, allow yourself to feel what you feel, and it's okay. And it's okay to be mad. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to throw things. It's okay to do whatever you feel like you need to do.
It's okay to not understand.
That's right. And so
I didn't understand. I was
So anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know and kind of give you like an update on that. And I'm sure I'll talk more about it throughout the year in my vlogs, because if I'm vlogging, I mean, you know, we're actively still trying to have children, you'll hear us talk about it. And hopefully this year I'll be able to share better news with you guys. But thank you again so much for watching. We love you so much. And thank you again for all your support. And if there's anything I can do for any of you, please let me know down in the comments. Because I understand, I get it. We get it, right?
If there's anything we can do for you, let us know.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So, love you guys.
Proud of you.
Talk to you soon. Bye.